Bye, this is me, Martel. Sorry for this one. Will be talking the true basis of True Force Lonely videos, and you're on your own, basically. Especially for those like myself that don't really have truly any help, anything. It's kind of hard even making this video here because you know doing everything all by yourself for too long, it does get kind of strenuous and tired. Admit that you trying to ask others for help and you get turned down, rejected, play, lie, cheat, scam, con. You know what I'm saying? I understand, especially introvert. I don't really open up to others like that. You know what I'm saying? Besides you all, those who open minds. The reason that I come with a simple video this time around ain't nothing too out there, anything. Just I understand why those who forced to live by themselves, and true force learning videos that you literally had nobody to go to or turn to, anything. And trust me, I try these programs. I already been mentioning about programs, but I've been on these so-called disability programs, work programs. They're all failures, you know what I'm saying? You can't call nobody a friend here, especially where I'm at. There's a very certain few where you don't want to push their goodwill way, you know what I'm saying? Despite if they already know my condition be disabled, they should already know I already been up front with them up front, you know what I'm saying? But just in case if it's all over, school programming failed, they don't provide accurate teacher anything. It's basically just learn your own, which I'm now doing some homework on that in a couple hours. I'm going to Panera Bread because I'm also gotta get something at the store, so it's on across the street from Panera Bread. It just buggles me that you don't have nobody to turn to or rely on anything, even just temporary. You ain't trying to use people, manipulate people, anything. And the reason I made this video because it does hurt that sounds like someone's asking me why don't you go to therapy. I already mentioned about therapy so many times; it's redundant too, and that it's expensive and it doesn't fulfill nothing for me anyway. They're not my friends. Therapists are not your friends. You know what I'm saying? I look at the same knowledge I look at a prostitute, you know what I'm saying? They both come with major debts, You come home with debt, At least with a prostitute, they're honest, you know what I'm saying? A therapist is not honest. They just only just pay puppets, basically, with a degree in their hand, you know what I'm saying? It is for what it is. And to be alone, I know how it is to be alone. I'm literally of a living example of this, Especially there's nobody you can really just go to. Then if you try to ask for help, anything, they look at you like worse than scum for even admit that you need help. Which is ironic. It's no different than a drug addict or alcoholic dependency. No matter how far you try to open up to yourself or open up to others and all that, if the programs or people around you ain't willing to help you, encourage you to do the right thing, you're back to ground zero. And I meant being a person with disabilities, I wasn't, I didn't ask to be born with this. I didn't ask to be born with chronic health issues and stuff like this. And now we're dealing with a recent injury, it kind of opened my eyes. Who can you really trust if you go for your time of need, you know what I'm saying? And those living alone with diseases, it does suck, you know what I'm saying? Myself included. I do try to be open-minded, transparent on everything I do because I hate dishonesty of any kind of form. I don't care. I hate small lies or big lies. Just be honest, And I would never give over, I would never give over someone lying to me, So I don't give a damn or rejection. I understand it's part of life, but, it hurts. It really just hurt. These supposed to be people you could count on, you know what I'm saying? Which I realize in American psychology, you can't count on anybody, This ain't me trying to come off no disrespectful, no anything. I'm just baffled that who you come to in your time of need, There's a very few others, don't get twisted, but they ain't all, I ain't saying that because they ain't always gonna be around. I understand. I'll be respectful. I'm more mature at this, But what to do when you're in a current crisis like I am? I'm currently, in a crutch and all that, crutches and stuff, in a walking boot, you know, and I'm pretty much screwed for the next 2 months because now I got hidden bills. Like I got charged with $90 damn. I'm paying half of that. Tomorrow I'm paying half of that. whatever half on it. You know, it just sucks. I had nobody that I can go to for anything. You can say what you want. It's funny when I was making these posters, so I don't get nothing. It's ironic. I don't get support from my own people. And besides a certain few, handful of few, can I just say that's actually good. I actually did something. And I recognize a certain few. But I admit that no fault of my own this time around. I kind of realized that you have to be your own best person. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that those who live alone with this, not to have nobody. And it sucks to living with a disability. It sucks dealing with injury too. Living with chronic health issues. Ain't nobody you can really just be yourself with. Especially now where I'm at, people just leeches and they take advantage of people and all that. Or they're just tricksters and liars, which I hate. So there's a reason why I don't really open myself up publicly to others besides on YouTube and little parts of social media, because people just don't have a conscience. They don't care. And it's funny. I just did a post not that long ago how America's so-called supposed to be the most generous when it comes to his own people. You game over. You know, I do kind of admit of being, kind of bitter and negative due to this. And due to the bad news, my doctor's telling me I won't be able to work for 2 months. And I'm not doing physical therapy, which I pretty like that, nice ladies and all that. But I still come home alone, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of hard, not because I don't want to be, you don't want to be looked as vulnerable or weak or anything. And it's kind of like a contradiction, even I kind of admit this myself. You can't just be your true self with people in real life, you know what I'm saying? Like I can with here. There's nobody care to listen to me or try to listen to me. And I can't be myself with a therapist because I don't want to go to a psych ward, you know what I'm saying? What I truly feel about things, I would never say things here, I'll say to them. I learned that a valuable lesson. Never tell therapists what the hell you go through, you know what I'm saying? Now, don't tell anybody what you go through. Wonder why that America had the highest mental rate, because if you can't be yourself around people, then we're good. We're good as these people, you know what I'm saying? And, it's funny as hell. As I was talking to foreigners about this, it's quite shocking that why do people in America seem so fake, don't know how to be themselves? And that's kind of hard to even answer that, too, looking at it, the whole scenario, the picture and anything. But back I was saying, to have nobody by your side, nobody your corner, anything, it does kind of suck. And it does sound melodramatic, but ain't no pauses out here. Especially just living by myself, you can't really trust people. If you try to be vulnerable, open, they take your kindness for weakness. And it sucks, because therapy literally costs like almost $1,000 damn. And it ain't worth going to a psych ward. You should be in more debt too, more medical debt. Then you deal with psychos and weirdos, you know what I'm saying? The worst kind of people. I'm not being disrespectful with those mental illness, but that's what I was forced against, my will basically. I was forced to get anger management too, so trust me, I've been forced against to get help, you know what I'm saying? And not willing. I was literally forced against my will to go to prison. So I understand for those who living alone, and I commend those who try to ask for help, try to be a better person. Against American psychology is really, destroying people that's poor, people with disabilities, and so forth. I try to be optimistic, but just for the last couple of weeks, I've been nothing but just fed up and down and deny, rejected, and play all in the same month and all that throughout December, and it hurts. I ain't gonna front. And I guess this way it's kind of like my therapy in a way, talking to y'all. Those who got open minds. I thank y'all for listening to this True Force Loneliness series of mine. I guess because I don't have no way to express myself either, like outside of YouTube or anything, because people are robotic here. They have no consciousness. They have no care or anything. Besides a certain handful, you can either say that Can I say that respect for those who are? Thank you, you know. But I'm saying majority of the senses don't have consciousness, don't care what you go for, you know, or what you going up against, you know. Like I deal with useless case management, you know what I'm saying? Useless job training programs. I can't work now for 2 months. To my foot doctor told me said it was, and I got to deal with primary care doctor health issues, deal with health issues and all that. You know, therapists are useless. I mean, it could be great people. I could be wrong, but I don't care. Cause it doesn't matter if I'm coming back with thousands of damn dollars of bills. You know, so none of this is working. So what to do when you have little to no opportunities? You know, I am in school, but teachers is kind of lazy themselves. You know, they don't really teach me anything. They basically told me to watch all these boring ass videos, so that's what I'm gonna do all day. Just probably fall asleep watching boring ass videos on tech videos or something. So that being said, with true force loneliness in America, you have no friends and nobody to go to, but just you, yourself, and I. I understand where you're coming from, you know. Just myself, for example, you know. And I ain't got no felonies or records, so what did I do to deserve this? You know what I'm saying? You know, I ain't gonna front anxiety and depression does get to me, you know. I feel like time does get hopeless and useless at times, you know. If you try to ask for help, people look at you weak or something, you know. I feel like those who at least admit to being, you know, to make need help are the strongest people, you know. Don't let American psychotic get you down, I suppose. Anyway, thank you for watching, and sorry for going over time. Uh, Happy holidays and happy New Year's, I suppose.